If you shut up truth and bury it under the ground, it will but grow, and gather to itself such explosive power that the day it bursts through it will blow up everything in its way. If you ask me what I came into this life to do, I will tell you, I came to live out loud. The only basis for living is believing in life, loving it, and applying the whole force of one's intellect to know it better. I would rather die of passion than of boredom. Civilization will not attain to its perfection until the last stone from the last church falls on the last priest. Did science promise happiness? I do not believe it. It promised truth, and the question is to know if we will ever make happiness with truth. These young people naturally grow up with ideas different from ours, for they are born for times when we shall no longer be here. Since the same human mire remains beneath, does not all civilization reduce itself to the superiority of smelling nice and living well? The fate of animals is of greater importance to me than the fear of appearing ridiculous. It is indissolubly connected with the fate of men. I am spending delightful afternoons in my garden, watching everything living around me. As I grow older, I feel everything departing, and I love everything with more passion. Did not one spend the first half of one's days in dreams of happiness and the second half in regrets and terrors? There are two men inside the artist, the poet and the craftsman. One is born a poet. One becomes a craftsman. Violence has never prospered. You can't remake the world in a day. Anyone who promises to change everything for you all at once is either a fool or a rogue. Perfection is such a nuisance that I often regret having cured myself of using tobacco. In my view, you cannot claim to have seen something until you have photographed it. An entire lifetime would not be long enough for you to exhaust the glance of the young harvest girl. Classical education has deformed everything, and has imposed upon us as geniuses men of correct, facile talent, who follow the beaten track. The past was but the cemetery of our illusions. One simply stubbed one's toes on the gravestones. Art for me is a negation of society, an affirmation of the individual, outside of all the rules and all the demands of society. When lovers kiss on the cheeks, it is because they are searching, feeling for one another's lips. Lovers are made by a kiss. She was cold by nature, self-love predominating over passion. Rather than being virtuous, she preferred to have her pleasures all to herself. It is not necessary that one should humble oneself to deserve assistance. It is sufficient that one should suffer. I am little concerned with beauty or perfection. I don't care for the great centuries. All I care about is life, struggle, intensity. Oh, the fools, like a lot of good little schoolboys, scared to death of anything they've been taught is wrong. Every wave is a water sprite who swims in the current. Each current is a path which snakes towards my palace, and my palace is fluidly built at the bottom of the lake, in the triangle of earth, fire and water. A new dynasty is never founded without a struggle. Blood makes good manure. The word realist means nothing to me because I would subordinate reality to temperament. Give me what is true and I applaud, but give me what is individual and alive and I applaud even more.